Alright, Journey to My Benches 2015 spring into early summer update. A new one, Japanese black pine. Don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with this one because the root base is kind of horrible. The good side of the tree is this, however, and it also leans forward in that general direction. But the best part of the root base is actually in the back. This is the best side of the tree as far as root base is concerned. And of course it's pigeon breasted, so just something I picked up we may be utilizing, may not be. This is the Japanese red pine. As you can see, it's put off long growth, and the candles have come out now and the needles are starting to set. Got larger growth of course up top because it's apically dominant. Sharp's Pygmy, doing well. I haven't done anything much to these trees this year except for let them grow. That's the Trident Maple that we did the crazy cut on. Moving over here to the big dog. It has put out all kinds of growth. If you look up here where I cut the apex back, I've got, I don't know, 5 or 6. And then down lower here, tons on this side, some more on this side, and then some more around the back as well. Got some up here, some over there, just kind of all over the place randomly. Next is the American elm. I have been pinching back the growing shoots. And what I mean is these shoots here that grow up, I've been cutting them back to one leaf. There's still a lot of work that I needed to do. I just wanted to keep that one in check this year. We're going to be shooting another video on that one. This is the Fire Glow Japanese maple. As you can see, it was not afraid to bud back profusely as planned and as thought. We need to do some branch selection on this tree. Definitely need to do some branch selection on this tree this year. Let's try to figure out what we want as far as the structure is concerned. If you look in here, the wounds are starting to callus. Wounds are starting to callus over around the edges. So that's a good sign. It's happy. Oh, and this one as well. Go back to this one real quick. You can see where it's already starting to callus and heal, and that's where I started. I did that accidental swipe in the front. It's got some callusing here as well, some callusing tissue forming here, and around these lower cut sites as well that I did. You can start to see it down here. It's starting to roll in random places. So it's well on its way. Next, my other Japanese maple that the name is escaping me right now, Kashima Japanese maple. It's the one that's basally dominant, so if you look up here in the apex, not a whole lot going on, but if you notice we've got a lot of smaller shoots. If you look down through here in the canopy, we've got a lot of these smaller shoots here. They're coming in from lower down on the branches. We're going to be bending those up to create the apical canopy in this tree. This is the second year this tree's in this pot, so this year will probably be the year we start to do that work. Next is the good old Trident Maple that we started it all with. I've been getting a lot of these shoots pop up, and I've been pinching them off to try to keep this in check. I need to get this thing in and do a video on it this year because we're going to do some branch selection for ramification this year. Here's the graft union that we did this year, finally. Yes, we have extension growth, and we have extension growth, so hopefully, fingers crossed, next year, maybe the year after, I can separate, and this will be ready to go. Now, this is a Stewardia that I acquired. It's doing really good. I had to repot it this year. I'm running out of battery, so I'm sorry if I'm moving a little fast for you guys. This is the Nair Elm. We need to get this one in and get some work done on it as well. Just exploded with growth. This is the Sangokaku. The graft that we did for the apex, it's failed. However, we've got a lot of bud bust up top, so we're going to be able to select another apex. I'm kind of glad that I left myself options there because, of course, now I need it. Okay, so here we have the chalk bark maple. As you can see, it's exploded with growth. I'm going to be working on this tree today, but it's doing really well. I'm going to come back and have you check this thing out again. It's just a Stewartia pseudochamilla. I don't know if it's a pseudochamilla or a monodelpha, but it's just got, as usual, I'm a sucker for these big honking trunks. And it was for what I would like to call slip potted when I got it this fall, because I pulled it out of what it was in, and the root pad was still completely intact from the pot that it had been taken out of, and the screen, the plastic mesh that keeps the soil in the pot was still stuck to the bottom of the tree. So I actually took some time and cut the root base completely flat. There were some really gnarly roots up underneath there that I had to contend with. But I got it all done, and I got it in this pot, and as you can see, the results are wonderful. So, moving on, we come over to Trident Maple. That's the Journey to the Nursery Part 1 video that we got as a ball and burlap. It's doing well, and as you can see, the top of this thing goes way up and gets lost in the canopy of all the rest of the trees that's growing under it. Squirrels got a hold of this one as well and chewed the whole front of it up right here. Hopefully we can get all that healed back up and calloused over, but for now it looks like crap. Of course they had to do that at the apex. They couldn't have done that somewhere else. It had to be right where the freaking apex was growing, so that kind of sucks. Here's the back side of it. You can see that the cut site's putting out new callus material still, and it's callusing over nicely. But you can even see it from this side. This whole thing got completely stripped. You can see even the teeth marks from those damn squirrels right there where they chewed it. So here we have the awesome pyracantha. Love this tree. Squirrels don't bother it because it's poisonous to them. The berries are good. I think they may eat the berries, but they don't mess with the bark. The bark and everything on this tree looks really good. I'm going to be doing some work on this one hopefully today as well. I went ahead and wired this lower branch up right here, and it's actually the one that's full of berries for some reason. It's, I guess, the youngest branch. But I did that on purpose to try to get that thing to thicken up as much as possible. Next up, this is the back side of my Acer Palmatum Arakawa, which is the cork bark maple, and it's doing well. Got a couple dead branches here. Let's go remove those. But for the most part, it's doing well. It's, dug it up this year. I don't like the situation going on here with the roots, but beggars can't be choosers. Sometimes the other side looks a lot better. This is the back side you're looking at. Right there where that is actually the front orientation of the tree. Going to be doing, again, this is the first year this thing's been dug out of the ground and stuck in this pot, so this year we're doing absolutely nothing to it but watering it. Applied just a tiny bit of fertilizer to it that's high in phosphates in order to allow it to develop a good root base, and then next year we'll be working on it. But the canopy's pretty large on that. As you can see, it goes up in there a ways as well. Next up is the corkbark elm. Again, this thing's probably the biggest corkbark elm I've seen personally. I mean, that's a quarter of the trunk. I started putting this up as the potential new apex for the tree, and I want to remove it through here by utilizing a layering methods. And this is all alive here, which is good. Don't know that this thing backbuds on wood this old. I'm kind of hoping it does, but as you can see, I've got a ton of stuff going on with this thing. It's kind of like a triple trunk in a way. And if I utilize this part as the apex next year, I'm going to air layer this off, I'm going to air layer this off, and I'm going to air layer this big one off here. This lowest branch here was dead all the way back to a certain point, and now if you look closely back here, clear back at the crotch, it's putting off some new growth. So that's promising for me as far as back budding is concerned on this tree. I'm kind of hoping that that's the case and that's what's going to happen. So yeah, there it is. Of course, can't miss. Why aren't you taking care of the squirrels? You need to chase the squirrels out of the yard. Keep them out of here. Lazy. Lazy. Resident mouser. Not so much squirreler, but mouser. So yeah, that's the journey to my benches late spring, early summer update for 2015. Hope you enjoyed it.